Good evening, everybody, from Williams Valley High School. Tonight, the Trojans have traveled up here to take on the Vikings, who come into tonight's ball game with a 3-2 record. Trojans coming in with a 1-4. So the co-captains are meeting out at the midfield area here, and they'll be tossing the coin here in just a moment, as we're moments away from the kickoff of the opening of the ball game. It's a kind of a hazy, muggy night, not real warm, but just sort of humid night here at UDA, and showers predicted later on. But for right now, it is a pretty nice evening here. The field looks in pretty good shape up here at Williams Valley. A little bit of brown spots all over the place out here, but should be good for tonight's game. The Trojans have won. They will receive, as we had Loesch, Huntsberger, and Smeltz out there as co-captains for UDA. We do have some names for the Vikings as we go along here, so we'll pick them up as we go. So the opening kickoff coming up here in just one moment. Go UDA. 28 Bender will kick off for the Vikings here now as we get the game underway. Back for the Trojans is 31 Booth on the far side of the field, and here comes that kick. Nope. Big fakeroo here. Now they'll try it again. Here it comes. Booth and Marco. Ball comes down on this side. It's going to be picked up out here by 36. That's Culva. And Todd will rush it back here to the 34-yard line, where it'll be put in play by the Trojans. 1st and 10, UDA. Todd Culva returned the kick about 3 yards. Not much of a return, not much of a kick that time. We're right to Todd, kind of on a bounce. And Green will go to work here for UDA. He'll set the single set is Clark in the back for UD on his first play from scrimmage, from their own 34. Loesch in motion this way. Back the pass goes Green. He'll fire one out over there, tipped up in the air by 64. Clark was the intended receiver, but Savage coming in there and making a good defensive play for the Vikes. Goes as a incompletion, 2nd and 10 coming up. The Trojans going to the air early, and very fortunate that that one wasn't picked off. Same lineup this time for UD. This time it'll be handed off, however, to Clark, and he'll break out over the 35 to maybe the 37-yard line before he is ridden down out there. Gain of almost 3 on a play. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Bender and Whitcomb making the stop out there for the Vikings. Gain of about 3, 3rd and 7. Here's the kick coming down this way, and it's going to be picked up out here at the 26. Hernandez down the side over here, and he could be in for some big yardage, and he's finally tackled. There's a flag out here, however. I thought there was. Yes, there is. There's a flag laying here at the 49-yard line, but a big gain for the run back. Illegal block is called against the Vikes. So this one will be coming back. And we do have a man down here for UDA. Austin Markle, a young fella shaken up for UDA, but he's going to be okay. Run off unaided, so that's good. Ball's going to go back to the 27-yard line now on the illegal block in the back. And so the Vikes will put it in play right there on their own 27. We'll have to see how the Trojans can do here against this Viking offense now as they go to work for the first time. Probilla, the quarterback. He'll hand this one off, and up the middle with it with some big yardage goes Bender. Bender racing down the right side as he crossed him up. He's got a couple of guys that might have a chance at him, and finally taken down inside the 20-yard line. So the first play results in a big gain for Williams Valley as Bender took it from the 27-yard line all the way down to the Trojan 17-yard line. Finally roped down back there by Dietrich and Barter, and I think Clark might have been in on that stop too. At any rate, 1st and 10 now from the 17 or 16-yard line of the Trojans. Handoff again, this time then going nowhere is Bender, as he stopped maybe after a yard. Ran right into the Zach the Ripper Smelts along with Matt Loesch. 64 in there also, I think, helping out on that one. Gain of 1 or 2, say 2 and call it second and 8. Ball's now at the 15-yard line of UDA. Second down. Rabilla or Hernandez around this side, down to the 10. That's about all. As Barter comes over there and knocks him out at the 10. Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Be 3rd and about 3.
So 3rd and 3 now for the Vikings on the Trojan 10-yard line. Up the middle with it goes Bender. Lost the football, and I think the Trojans might have recovered that fumble as Bender got down around the 5-yard line and then coughed it up, and the Trojans come up with it. So the Vikings will turn it over on the 6-yard line. Matt Loesch coming up with the football for UDA. So the Trojans catch a break early here now as the Vikings looked as though they were going to be driving one in there, and instead the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 on the 6-yard line. First and 10, Green from the eye. They go handoff coming up the middle with it for a couple of yards is Matt Loesch.
Stopped in there by Williard, Savage, Wickham.
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball's now on the UDA 10-yard line. And Green will set him up on a 2nd down and 6. And this time they're going to try it off the left side. Not too much on that one. Clark got about maybe 2. Bring up a 3rd and 3. Drives the ball out there to the 13-yard line of UDA. Trojans need a big 1st down play on this one. They split the backs this time for the Trojans. Green looking to throw, getting chased, gets away. Now he's going to be hit back at the 5-yard line as he could not find anyone open. And so that's going to end this series for UD as they'll be obliged to point it out of there, or punt it out of there rather, from their own 5-yard line. So Jeffries will be called upon to punt it out, and he will be punting deep in the end zone for UDA. See if he can get a good punt off out here and a good UD roll out of it. Jeffries about 7 yards deep in the end zone. Good snap. And the kick comes out, spiraling out here very, very nicely, but taken on the fly at the 44-yard line. Down the right side goes Warren, and then he's dumped over there as Loesch comes in and makes a stop on him. But he got it all the way back as the Vikings continue in the red zone here, down at the UDA 15. So once again, the Vikes go to work on the Trojan 15-yard line, 1st and 10. 1st and 10 Vikings, and hold everything. Timeout called by UDA, I think it was.
We thank those people for helping.
Okay, the timeout is over. It's UDA timeout. We didn't have enough men on the field, and so they had to call time. Handoff to Motter. He'll try the right side over there, and he's dragged down. A good stop made in there by 54, I think it was. Or was it, 64 Hoover. Also in on a stop along with Sims, they say.
2nd and 7.
2nd down, 7. He picked up 3. Ball now at the 13-yard line of Upper Dauphin. So the Vikings very definitely close. Handoff coming around this side is Bender. Bender will cut it upfield to the 5-yard line where he's stopped in there by a couple of Trojans. Hoover again in on a stop along with Jeffries. Flag down here. We'll see what the call is going to be. Illegal motion against the Vikings.
Against the Vikings.
So that'll set them back. 5. And bring up a second down and 8. No, check that. Be a second down and 13.
Back to about the 19-yard line.
Ball back to the 19-yard line it goes. Be second and 13 or 14. Ball at the 19. So the Trojans catch another break here now with the Vikes on an illegal motion call. Send Mater in motion over the far side. Perbilla hands it off to the second man through there. That's that Hernandez, and Hernandez tripped up nicely with a low tackle made by Barter. A nice tackle in there by Drew Barter. Stopping him after a gain back to the 10-yard line, or just inside the 10 it goes. It'll be 3rd and 5. So we'll see if the Trojans can hold them here another couple of times. Bender lines up as a fullback. In motion goes Mater over to the right side. Perbilla look to throw. Fires one down there. It's going to be picked off by Markle. Markle's got it and races back upfield with it. Markle heading down the field. He's got one guy behind him, but the fellas didn't pick him up. He's going to be picked off out here at the 44-yard line of the Vikings. So the Trojans catch a big break there as Markle had 3 guys running with him, but they didn't look back. And one of the fellows got
yard line.
oh, just a minute.
Holding.
There's a flag.
Negating a run.
So Trojans will have the football, but a holding call back here against UD.
Just shy of the 10-yard.
So instead of the Trojans having the ball out at the 47-yard line, or 44-yard line rather, of the Vikings, they've got it all the way back at the Trojan 10-yard line, where UDA will put it in play. 1st and 10. Up the middle with it comes Loesch, and Loesch dives out nicely out to about the 19-yard line. Nice run there by Matt Loesch. A good hole opened over there on the left side of that Trojan, center of that Trojan line. Matt picking up 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1.
9-yard gain.
So nice opening over there. Looking for one, Loesch, and he will drag it ahead for probably for the 1 yard. Should be a first down. And it is, I believe. It is a first down for UDA. All right. We've got 4:20 left here in the opening period. No score. The Trojans out at the 22-yard line will make it. Peters the center. Green the QB. Green to throw. Screens one over this way. It's going to be complete here for Markle. And Markle will be spun out of bounds at about the 30 or 31-yard line. Williard making the stop. Nice pass from Green. His first completion, I believe it is, to Austin Markle. And it'll be 2nd and 1. Second down, a yard to go for the Trojans. Picked up 9 on that one. And let's see if we can get another first down here and work on these Vikes a little bit. Now they start the clock. Up the middle with it for the first down goes Clark. He'll take the first down at the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for UDA. So the Trojans picking up some yardage here now. It'll be at the 34-yard line of UDA. They started on the 10. Clark and Loesch line up in the backfield for UD. This time it's going to be Clark, and Clark dives over to the 40 or 39-yard line. Hernandez making a good low stop on him out there. Picked up 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down 5. Down 5 for UDA. Well, at the 39-yard line of the Trojans. This time it's going to be Clark, and Clark will get maybe a yard or so out of that, not too much. They'll spot it back to nearly the 40-yard line. Gain of a yard or so. It'll be third down and 3. Just about 4, actually. 64 limping off here with a bad foot for the Vikings. The Trojans looking at a big third down play here now. Third and about 4. Back to pass goes Green. He has time. He fires one downfield. There is a man out here. It is caught by Markle and 6 for touchdown. UDA for 6. A good job for Austin Markle. A beautiful pass play by Green, who really had his man beat by about a yard or 2. And a nice pass play from Green to Markle for 6. So the Trojans score the first points in the ball game tonight. It's 6-0. And the extra point try coming up here for the Trojans. Wow. Good job, you guys. Good job, Austin Markle. Big catch. Got just a second remaining here in the first quarter. The Trojans right now up 6-0, looking for an extra point try coming up. Extra point try coming up now. It'll be Markle kicking out of the hold of Green for a UD. Need a good snap, need a good placement, need a good kick. Let's see if we can do it.
Extra point.
Good snap is up, places up, looks good from here. It is good. And so the Trojans lead 7-0, and we'll be back with the open Dolphin kickoff in just one moment. 7-0 UDA. Joe the Toe Clark teeing it up here at the 40-yard line for UDA. Getting set to kick off following the first TD.
Number 24 and Hernandez, number 5.
Warren and Hernandez back to receive the kick for the Vikings. And here comes Joe's kick. It is going to go back here and send Warren way back to the 7-yard line. Up to the 15, he goes down to the 20. Boy, is he hit. Big time out here. What a hit by 54 and 64 Hoover. Wow. I'll tell you, and he's Tony Hoover with a big hit out there, as well as Dietrich. They hit that time. Boy, oh boy. The ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Williams Valley. Minute 40 remaining here in the first quarter. Motter and Bender line up in the backfield. Orlando will come in motion this side. Prabilla hands it off. Up the middle with it goes Bender. Some good yardage out over the 30-yard line. Looks like might have been Langens making the stop. I'm not sure. Out to the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 on the play. 2nd down and a short 2. The middle they go for 2. And he's got it. Picked up about 3 on the play.
Interior of the UDA defense. 1st down. Ball spot at the
1st down for the Vikings. Ball right at the 35-yard, just shy of the 35-yard line of Williams Valley. Under a minute to play now, 52 seconds and so forth, counting it down here. 1st and 10, Vikings. Handoff up the middle with it. No, wait a minute. Yeah, Prabilla had to keep it, I guess. I'm not sure. That kind of dazzled me that time. Loss goes back for about 2 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 13, or 2nd and 13. Loss of 3 on the play, back to the 32-yard line. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. And so it'll be 2nd and 13 now for the Vikings. Villa still has it. Pitches it back over here on a reverse. They're going to catch him. Warren in the backfield. Ball loose. And I'm not sure. It looks like Upper Dolphin might have the football. And I think they do or they don't. Nope. They're going to say he was down, apparently. They're going to spot him down back here. Loss on the play. Bringing up a The ball back now to the 27-yard line of Williams Valley, and it'll bring up a third down and about 19. So the Trojan defense really digging in, and that's going to do it as the quarter comes to an end. So at the end of one, the score, the Trojans 7 and the Williams Valley Vikings 0. Back with the second quarter in just a sec.
17.
Third and long here for the Vikings now as they switch places here and traveling left to right. Here's a pass over the middle. It is complete. Rumberger's got it, and he'll draw a crowd out here of Trojans. It is going to be short of the first down and bring up a fourth down and about 5 or so for the Vikings. So the Trojans will get the ball back. Hoover on the bottom of that pile that time for UD. So they'll drop back Markle as a single man back to receive this kick from Hernandez. Oh, here's Orlando back to punt. Gets a good snap and the punt. Nice punt. Spirals over to the left side over there. And let's see, they're going to pick it up back here, and Booth will pick it up and be dropped at about the 20. So no harm done there as the Trojans will start off on their own 20-yard line. The last drive started on their own 10, a 90-yard drive to get 6. And now the Trojans this time with a little advantage, they're going to start at their own 20. Just about, well, you might call it the 21. It's slightly over the 20-yard line, as you can see it there. But at any rate, it is 1st and 10 UD. Green on the first down play, hands it off. Coming over this way is Clark. He'll get a couple of yards out to the 24. Picking up about 3 or so. Doyle and Hernandez making the stop for Williams Valley. Gain of nearly 4 on the play. It'll be second down and a long 6. Oh, let's see what happens here on a second down and 7 now. Backs are split in the backfield this time. Green has it, hands it off. Up goes Clark, and he's tripped up. 54, Radaichuk making a big stop in there for the Vikings. Lost a yard or so in the play. It'll be third down and just about 9. Third and 8. Okay, move the stick up a little bit. Third and 8. The ball on the 23-yard line of UDA. Playing in the early going here in the second quarter. 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter of our game. Trojans up 7-0. And this will be a huge play right here. Third down. Green dropping back to throw. Gets protection. Fires one down the middle. It is incomplete. I think Markle, or Culva rather, had a hand on that one, but couldn't catch the ball, and so it'll go over. They'll turn it over on downs now as the Trojans will be forced to punt out of there. Jeffries again with a chance to boom one out of there. So let's see if he can get a good one off. Ooh, high snap, but he'll handle it. And a kick comes out of here high, but not too deep. Bounding around here at the midfield stripe. And Robbie Motter will down it out here at the 46-yard line of Williams Valley. So the Vikings starting this series in real good field position now at their own 46-yard line. And Trojan defense, who has played exceptionally well so far, will dig in again out here now under Captain Zach the Ripper Smeltz. And he's going to be calling the defensive signals here. And we'll see what happens. Want to stop him here now. Prabilla quarterback. Motter comes in motion near side. Prabilla still has it. Pitches it back. Past Hernandez. The ball is loose. And he'll down it back here at the 38-yard line. Threw it kind of behind Hernandez that time. Orlando didn't have a whole lot of a chance to catch that one. And so that'll be a big loss on the play of about 10. And bring up a second down and about 19. Second and about 19. Second and 19 for the Vikings now. New quarterback in there for the Vikings. He'll hand it off. Going up the middle with it is Hernandez. Hernandez driving it across the 40 to the 42. 61 out there is Drew Mace making the stop. The big guy making the stop out there for UD that time. 3rd and 15, gain of about 4 on the play. 3rd and 15, ball at the 41-yard line of the Vikings. So another big 3rd down play here for the Vikings and for the Trojan defense. Coming our way. Here they come. Up the middle with it goes Hernandez. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Warren's got it. And I'm sorry that I missed him. Anyway, it is short of the first down. Short of the first down, even at the 46-yard line of UDA. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3. 4th and about 3. And we all faked out that time. So they'll send Markle back again to receive this punt, presuming Williams Valley will punt. 4th and 3. Again, Hernandez back in punt formation for... No, they're not. No, they're not. They're going to go for it. Pitch is back here for Hernandez. Now he'll punt it. Okay. And it's going to get a UD roll a little bit anyway. And no, now it gets a good Viking roll down to the 6-yard line. And a flag thrown out here. We're going to have a flag thrown, as you could see. And that's going to, yep. We're going to have a flag thrown. You can see it from way back there. And let's see what the foul or what the penalty is. They're going to talk to UDA. So apparently it's against the Vikings, I would think. And it could be anything from a clip to a personal foul. We'll see. These two teams, of course, really do go at it, and so far it's been pretty cool out here, but I did see a couple of bumping around, some extra pushing and shoving and so forth, so we're going to have a decision to make here now. It's only on the 5 or 6 yard line, so they're going to bring this one upfield, apparently, and maybe have a re-kick. They're picking the ball up, and they're going to bring it out here to the... Well, to re-kick. Still haven't got it. Here's a call. 54 with a block in the back, a re-kick. 54 for the Vikings with a block in the back. They'll get a re-kick. This time Hernandez will go back to punt. And Markle again back to receive this kick. So it's now a 4th and 13, but Hernandez will kick this one out of there. And here it comes. It's going to sail down here. Markle's going to be able to catch this one. And upfield he comes with it around the right side. He's going to be dragged down out at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for UDA on their own 20-yard line. 7:49 left here in the first half of the ball game. Trojans with the ball on their own 20. 1st and 10. Markle moves over on the right side on this first down play. Back to pass goes Green. Has time, has running room. Now he's going to try to start up front, but didn't get much out of that. Now is everybody covered, I guess. And maybe a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yard, 2nd and 9.
Wasn't a called play. I think Steven was passing all the way that time, but had an opening there for a little bit of ground for a little while, but it didn't last, and so he's brought down. 2nd down, 9. Back to pass goes Green. No, he's going to hand this one off. Up the middle with it they go with a good rush from Loesch all the way out over the 30-yard line to the 34-yard line. Matt Loesch with a fine rush, and again a quick opening over there on the right side of that UDA Trojan line. Springing Matt with some good yardage all the way out to the 34. It'll be 1st and 10 UDA at the 34-yard line. Robbie Mater, flanker on the near side of the field for UDA. The eye in the backfield, Green and Loesch. Loesch gets the call. Over the right side he goes with it. Gets a couple of more yards out to the 37-yard line. Picking up about 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
40.
Ball is at the UDA 40-yard line.
That's the first time I heard you the first time.
2nd down 4.
That's it.
This time it's going to come over this way, and Loesch dives over the 40-yard line to the 42 or 3, about the 42-yard line, picking up about 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Big 3rd down play again here for UDA, 3rd and 2. 6 minutes remaining in the first half of this ball game. Now let's see. Now we've got some people coming and going out here now. As staying in there is Clark. Big 3rd and 2, and timeout call. Now a little confusion on that play for the UDA Trojans, so they'll have to call timeout. And we'll be right back here in just a moment. Now the Trojans are set. Passing play, flips it over here, complete to Loesch. Loesch with the 1st down, out to the 49-yard line. Warren making the stop out here for the Vikings. But a big 1st down for UDA out at the midfield. They're going to be putting the ball right down on the 50-yard line. So the Trojans with 50 yards to go now for another TD. Markle flanks over on the far side. Motter on the near side. Loesch and Clark in the backfield. Handoff. Clark's got it. Up the middle with it he goes. Dives ahead for a couple of yards down to the 40. And there's a couple more flags thrown inside here. And this might be against the Vikings. We'll see. Could be a personal foul call here. Let's check it out. Vikes getting a little unsettled here, I think. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Unsportsman. Hernandez chucked out of the ball game. Hernandez thrown out of the ball game. So there goes one of their big running backs taken out of the ball game. Crowd over here doesn't like it, but something going on in there. And as I was saying just moments ago, things were getting a little exciting. Vikings don't like this being behind. And it's going to be 2nd down. Let's see. I think there's a penalty involved, is there not? Sure. So it's going to go all the way down now to the 32-yard line. And the Trojans will take over there 1st and 10 on the Viking 32-yard line. So Trojans with a big break down to the 32. 1st and 10. Green will set them up here. Handoff up the middle with it goes Clark down to the 25-yard line. Knox run that time by Clark. Good run that time by Joe Clark. Picking up 7 on the play down to the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for UDA. 2nd and 3 for the Trojans.
Yeah, you hear what I said about their attack? Their guards.
Handoff. Loesch with it. Loesch up the middle. Got some good yardage with another 1st down to the 18-yard line or 17. We'll see where they spot it. It's 1st and 10 UDA. 1st and 10 Trojans. Clock remains moving. Ball is down at the 17-yard line of the Vikings. 4:25 left here in the first half. This time it's going to be Clark. Clark gets away from one guy, gets down to the 15, maybe the 14. Picking up about 3 or 4 on the play. 3. It'll be 3rd or 2nd down and about 7 for UD. Second down, 7. Back to pass goes Green. Green looking, fires one over the middle. It is complete for a touchdown. Touchdown to Jeffries. Jason Jeffries picks it off over the middle on a fine pass from Green to Jeffries, and it is now 13-0, and UDA's extra point try coming up. Good pass from Stephen Green to Jason Jeffries for 6. About a 15-yard pass, 13-yard pass, whatever the heck it was. At any rate, it'll be an extra point try, same way. Markle out of the hold of Green for the extra point. Oh, here's see the snap. Snap's good. Placement stop. Kick is up. Kick is good from here. It's good. So the Trojans now lead 14-0 here, and we'll be right back. 3:44 remaining here in the first half. UDA 14 and Williams Valley 0. Well, once again, Joe Clark has it teed up now following the second Trojan touchdown of the ball game. And he'll be kicking it deep to either Motter or Bender. Here's the kick. Comes down here, and it's going to be picked up out here by Warren. Warren up the middle with it. And he'll be stopped out here at about the 34-yard line. Looks like 64 Hoover again on the stop for UDA.
First and 10 for the Vikings.
And the Vikes will put it in place at the 35, they put it. So it's first and 10, Vikes on their own 35. 3:37 left here in the opening half of the ball game.
What party guy is that? What party guy is that?
Trabilla back in there and up the middle with it. With a big run goes Bender, and Bender may or may not get caught this time. A 65-yard touchdown run by Bender, and that'll fire up this Williams Valley Ball Club now as he went right through there. No one able to touch him, and the Vikings right back into the ball game now. It's 14-6 UDA, and extra point try coming up. So the very first play sees Bender go 65 yards for the TD. Heck of a run, man. He could really travel. Fired up there. So, Mike's right back into it here as they'll go for an extra point try. They'll try to kick one. Bender will kick it. Archer will hold. Snap's good. No, it's not. Placement's muffed. And let's see. That's going to do it as well. Now it is no good. Okay, so the kick fails, and the score now, just a sec. It is the Trojans 14 and the Vikings 6. Back here with a kickoff by the Vikes here in just a moment. Bender will tee it up now as they get set to kick off. Watch they do this maneuver here. We saw that before. We did not fake out that time. Anyway, here comes the kick. The kick's going to come over here and right into the hands of Booth at the 8. Booth upfield with it. He comes, and he's going to be hit and knocked down out at about the 25. Flag on the play. Flag thrown on the play, and we'll see what this is. It is going to be holding against UDA. No, you're holding. Not personal foul. Come on, Jim Miller. Holding against UDA on the run back. And it will be marched back to around the 11-yard line. We'll see where they put it. I think around 11. Yep, down to the 11. And it'll be first and 10 for UDA now at their own 11. 3 minutes, 21 seconds remaining here in the first half of the ball game. Trojans going from their 11. Viking crowd now back into it over here. They were really quiet moments ago. Handoff over the right side. They go for a couple of yards, not too much on that one. That was Clark. Got maybe a yard or two. Maybe two. Short two. Second down and 8. Trojans now have to really knuckle down, get that offense going again here as Green will look him over. Green hands this, no, passes it, pushes it back there for Loesch. Loesch all the way up the middle. Loesch getting some good running room. Matt Loesch still on his feet out at the 43-yard line. Great run by Matt Loesch, bringing the ball all the way out to the 43-yard line. 2:41 remaining here in the first half of play. Out to the 44-yard line he goes with it. A good run by Matt Loesch.
At the 44.
So, big play right there for UDA, getting them out of serious trouble and deep in their own zone. Now they're out at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Handoff coming over this way is Loesch again, or rather Clark this time. Clark dives to the 49-yard line of the Vikings. Gain of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Nice run again by that Joe Clark. And 2:10 remaining here in the half. Trojans would like to on the board again before this half comes to an end. Get those 6 back that they just gave the Vikings a little bit ago. Another handoff up the middle. This time goes Loesch, bounces off of one guy, but now this time Rhodey or whatever it is giving him a lot of lip, if you saw that afterwards, you know. So no gain on the play. Be 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3. Third down 3. Minute 33. Minute 30. Minute and a half remaining here in the first half. Trojans will send 3 receivers out on the far side of the field. One single set in the backfield is Clark. Big 3rd down play. In motion, and wait a minute. Might have taken too much time. Delay of the game called against the Trojans. Now they didn't need that, as that'll make it a 3rd and 8. 1:18 remaining in the first half of the ball game. Trojans goof that up. It's 3rd down and 8. Oh, let's see now what's going on here. They were lined up. It just took too long. I don't know what the problem was there. At any rate, on a big 3rd and 8. Motion comes over this way again. And back to pass he goes. Green under pressure is going to be thrown down. And the Vikings are fired up. And we got timeout called by the Vikings, as the Trojans will have to punt the ball out of there now with 1:11 remaining here in the first half. And we'll have to punt it deep and hold them back there now. The Vikes have a couple of timeouts remaining, and they've just used one. Okay, so let's see if we get a good snap here now, and a good punt out of here by Jeffries. Good snap, and here's the kick. It's going to be a low kick, bounding around over this way, and now it gets a UDA roll all the way down to the 20-yard line. So the Vikings will put it in play 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Okay, Rubilla back in there at quarterback for the Vikings. Handoff, and over this way comes that Bender. Bender with nearly a 1st down. In fact, probably does have the 1st down. He does. 40 is Barter coming up to make the stop for UDA. What's a 1st down? 55 seconds remaining and so forth. Counting it on down now. Pitch back over this way for 43 Williard. Williard dekes the one guy out and then goes out of bounds. Stopping the clock at the 43-yard line. Stopping him at the 43. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. .42 seconds remaining. Clock stopped with the out-of-bounds play. Single set in the back for the Vikings on this 1st down play. Passing. Receiving it is 8, and he goes right out of bounds. Green, the receiver, stops the clock at the 49-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. No, check it. Where the heck is he? Guy with the ball's out there. Yeah, okay. Now he'll bring it back to the 48. 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. Check it out over there. Is that 4? Yeah, I think so. Thank you, Jim Miller. Okay, 2nd down, 4 yards to go from the 49-yard line of the Vikes. 38.8 seconds. So the Vikes using the clock very judiciously here at the moment. We'll look at a 2nd down and 4. This 43 bobbled that one, and on the ground it goes. Williard had that ball bounce out of there, and timeout called immediately by Williams Valley with 31 seconds remaining here in the first half. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 7. 3rd down and 7. Prabilla looking, fires one over this way. It is complete, and Green has it at the 45-yard line. Barter making the stop again for UDA. Ball at the 44-yard line of Upper Dauphin. 27 seconds remaining now. So we're going to be playing half an hour here in the last minute and a half, like pro football, huh? Yep. They're using that clock to their advantage. Now 44-yard line. It is 1st and 10. Back to pass goes for Billick. Firing one way downfield. It is incomplete. 20 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. And we've got a 2nd down and 10 now. Second and 10. Green flanked out on the far side of the field. In motion, Williard. Back to pass goes Prabilla. Prabilla firing over there. Incomplete. Incomplete. Bender was the intended receiver. But that goes as an incompletion. No one around Bender that time, but the ball a little bit thrown out of his reach. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 with 15 seconds.
Watch it tight end, Barter! Watch it tight end!
Okay. Okay, here we go on a 3rd down and 10 with 15 seconds left. And that's not going anywhere as they try to run it to Bender. And that's going to do it as the half's going to come to an end on that play. 4 seconds, and that's going to do it. So the crowd over here from UDA very, very pleased with the first half of this ball game. The Trojans lead 14-6, and we'll be back with the second half in just up. Well, as you can see, the boys are back for the second half of tonight's ball game, and we'll be set with the Upper Dauphin kickoff here to kick off to the Vikings here in just one moment.
I don't think so.
Hey, the Trojans take the field, and their job right now is going to have to be to get that defense up and hold these Vikings off the board in this first series. Sometimes the Vikes had the momentum pretty much going into the halftime with that late score, 3 minutes or something to go. After the Trojans had scored, the Vikes come right back on that 65-yard run by Bender and made the game close again, now 14-6. So the Trojans have to kick it deep and hold them there and then be able to contain them here in this first series. Very important series coming up here for UDA defense. So we'll see what happens here as we're set to go. Trojans leading 14-6. Joe the Toe Clark has got them teed up and ready to go. Here it comes. Kick's got to go down the middle, be taken, let's see, at the 10. This is Warren. Comes up to the 20. Then he's still on his feet. Out and still on his feet. Then he's going to go all the way down before he's knocked out of bounds. That's exactly what the Trojans did not want. As Warren with a big run back there, number 24 here. A fine run back for the Vikings all the way to the Trojan 35-yard line. So, man, that is not the way to start. 1st and 10. I think the Trojans made the Vikings mad here in the first half, so they're coming out here battling. They won't lay down, that's for sure. On the first play, handoff, and this time it's going to be Bender for a yard or so, not much on that one. 67 and 11 making the stop. Lotion Sims. Also Smelts, the ripper in there too on that stop. Gain of 1 yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. So no harm done on the first play. Ball at the 34-yard line now of UDA. Pabilla's in at the quarterback spot. Back to pass he goes. Fires one over to this side. It is complete, but tackled almost immediately there as Motter and, or not Motter, I beg your pardon, Barter rather. He and Clark in on the stop.
It'll be
3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 coming up here for the Vikings. So big important 3rd down here coming up for both squads. Motter in motion on the near side. Pitches back over here for that Williard. Williard has the 1st down and more. Pushed out of bounds over here about the 30 or the 40-yard line, whatever. Crowd down here, of course, wants a little bit of calls against UD as they pushed him out of bounds. And the official here getting these guys back. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line, where it'll be a 1st down for the Vikings. 1st and 10 on the UDA 20. Remember in the early going, the Vikings had the ball down tough within the Trojan 15-yard line several times and were unsuccessful. Now whether that will happen this time is hard to say. 1st and 10 from the 15. Quarterback hands it there. Good tackle on a low tackle there by Loesch. Loesch making a good tackle out there right by the feet. Got him around the ankles, dropped him right there.
Lost a yard or so, 2nd and 11.
Lost 1 on the play, 2nd down, 11 ball to the 21-yard line now of UDA. Good low stop there by that Loesch. That's a senior. He's been playing super football all year long for UDA. Same formation. Handoff this time up the middle with it goes that Bender, and Bender down to the 10-yard line, very close to the 1st down. Looks like it may be short by a foot or so. They spotted at the 11. He's short by about a foot. It'll be 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
3rd and less than a yard. 1 halftime.
There we go. On a 3rd and about a yard. Bender has it and then some down to the 5-yard line. Maybe the 6. It's going to be Loesch and Clark making the stop.
Clark, 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 6.
From about the 6.
Well, this is what the Trojans didn't want to happen, and it's happening here as they come out and had a kick to the Vikings, and the Vikings just driving it right down the field, running it right at the Trojans now. Handoff is to Bender, and he's tackled. Another low tackle by Loesch. A good stop in there by Matt Loesch. And Bender. 64 getting up a little slowly. He's okay. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Put Jason on the wide side of the field.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for the Vikings. Back to pass he goes. Fires one over this way. It is incomplete. Tapped down nicely by either Clark or Jeffries. I believe got a hand on that one. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal from the 5. Handoff is to Bender. Bender driving it inside. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Bender breaking some tackles inside there, takes it in for 6. That makes the score 14-12 with a big extra point coming up here now for the Vikings. And timeout called while the Vikes think about this one, and we'll be right back. 8:07 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It's 14-12 UDA with an extra point try coming up here in just a moment. Well, comes the extra point try, and it'll be a 2-point attempt to tie up the ball game. This could be very, very big. This could be extremely big. Motion comes over this way. Probilla hands off, and no, he still has it, and they got it. And the UDA will tackle Probilla out there, and that's going to do it as the Trojans continue to lead now by 2. It's UDA 14 and the Vikings 12. So the unsuccessful extra point try gives the Trojans that scant 2-point lead, and we'll be back with the Viking kickoff here in just a moment. Well, now the Trojan varsity, I beg your pardon, the Trojan offense, I should say, will have an opportunity to see what they can do here. Markle and Booth back to receive this kick. And here it comes. Going to go right down the middle, tipped up in the air, picked up in here by 64, and that's Hoover, and Hoover will drag it ahead to the 32-yard line. Not a bad run back that time by Hoover, who is not a football handler runner type of guy, but he did a good job hanging on to it and bringing it out to the 32 or 3-yard line. 1st and 10, UD. Trojans have got to be able to move that football now. 1st and 10, handoff. Coming over this way is Clark, and he's going to be held up out here as he drew a crowd early. Got maybe 1 yard out of. He's 2nd down and 9.
Maybe a yard after the 34, 2nd and 9.
A big 2nd down and 9. Trojans do not want to give that ball back without scoring something here. Back to pass goes Green. Has protection, has time. Fires one down here. It's intercepted. And Probilla running it down to the 20-yard line. Cuts it inside and gets down to the 12. So Trojan second half here not going well so far, as Probilla with a big interception puts the Vikings in the driver's seat now, as the Vikes can see themselves getting a lead on the Trojans here if they're not careful. The ball at the 12-yard or 13-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. So pass, really a high tossed pass, and Probilla easily able to get under that one and grab it. There's a handoff for Bender, and he is tackled again by Loesch. That Loesch is putting on a demonstration of low tackling here tonight. Doing a very good job on Bender that time. We'll do 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play. Another excellent tackle by that Matt Loesch. So on a 2nd and 10 from the 13. Quarterback has it. He's going to throw it. He's looking. Dumps one over here. It is incomplete. Well, we're looking at 3rd and 10 now for the Vikings from the 13-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Probilla pitches it back over this way. This is Williard. Williard trying this corner. Nothing doing there as Sims comes up and grabs him early and wrestles him down along with many other players. Peters in there, and mostly Sims.
67. Sims.
4th down. 4th down coming up from the 10-yard line. It's 4th down and 7. 4th and 7 from the 10. Field goal, which would give the Vikings a 2-point lead here. Well, let's see what happens. Archer the holder. Bender will try to kick it. Snap, stop, placement, stop. Kick is up. Looks good from here. It is. It is. So the Vikings take the lead now with 5:39 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It's the Vikings 15 and the UDA Trojans now trailing for the first time in the ball game. Trojans 14. Well, following the Vikings field goal, Markle and Booth back here getting ready to run this one back for UDA if they can. And we'll see. Bender approaches it and gives it a kick. Over here to Booth. Booth at the 10. Booth up the middle with it. Runs into a pile out here at about the 27-yard line, where he'll be stopped. And Mockimer with the stop for the Vikings. And now the Trojans, who ran pretty well, had the offense in gear in the first half, have struggled here nearly going in the second half.
At the 28-yard line.
First time they had the football, they had to give it up with a interception. So let's see now if we can get that ground game going again here. Now, handoff over the right side goes Loesch. Loesch, he'll turn the corner, gets it upfield. A nice gain over there for Matt Loesch out to the 39 or 38.
From behind by number 28, Bender.
To the 38-yard line goes Matt Loesch. It is a first down or close to it. Looks like a first down from here. Nope, they're going to measure it.
First down.
No, first down. Okay.
First and 10 for the Trojans.
Well, that's what we need, is to grind one out here. First and 10 for UDA. Ball at the 39-yard line of Upper Dauphin. First and 10. Coming over this way is Clark. He gets to the 40, gain of 1. Be second down and 9. Savage in on the stop for Williams Valley.
Second and 9.
Second and 9, ball at the 40-yard line of UDA. Oh, and a second and 9 play now for UDA. Handoff is to Loesch. Loesch up the middle with it. Loesch struggles ahead and then bangs into the back of one of the Vikes and is stopped out here at the 47-yard line, short of the first down by about 1. It'll be third and 1. So another fine run by Matt Loesch. Really picked up some very, very important yardage that time, bringing up a third and 1. Almost right out in front of us here at Williams Valley. Up the middle with it goes Green. He'll sneak it for the first down, I believe. Where is he? Is that Green there in the bottom? No, I don't see Green. Did he make it? Yes, he did. It is a first down for UDA. Green snuck it, made it by about a foot and a half, 2 feet. And the ball is now at the 49-yard line of Upper Dauphin. 3:45 left here in the third quarter. Trojans trail by 1, 15-14. Need 6 from the eye. Second man through there is Loesch. Loesch spinning off some would-be tacklers and drives it ahead for a couple of yards. Picking up about 3 on the play. Was stopped initially almost at the line of scrimmage, but then able to bounce off to the right side a little bit and pick up 3 yards on his try. So it'll be second and 7 now for UDA. Another excellent run by Matt Loesch, who refused to go down. Second and 7. This time it's going to be Loesch again. Loesch diving to the 43-yard line. Short of the first down by maybe 2. It'll be third down and 2. Matt Loesch, the workhorse out there tonight for UDA. Picking up some tough yardage for the Trojans. Third down, 2 yards to go. Third and 2. Need a first down. Uh-oh, ball on the ground and picked up in there by Loesch or by Clark, and he's got the first down. So the Trojans now getting a break on that one as Green lost the handle on it. Clark saw it laying there, picked it up and rushed for the first down. So the Viking, or the ball now on the Viking 37-yard line. So now the Trojans have another first down on a break that time. Not only did they not lose the ball, but also got the first down. Handoff up the middle goes Loesch, this time for a couple, down to near the 36. Not too much of that, maybe 2. See what they give him. They give him a yard. It'll be second down and 9.
Second and 9.
Second and 9. Loesch and Clark. Clark, the fullback. Loesch, the running back, on a second and 9. Green handing it off, and going nowhere this time is Clark. Joe immediately tackled in there with a good stop by a Viking. Whitcomb making the stop in there, and Rhodey, they say.
Third and 9.
3rd and 9, no gain on that play. So big 3rd down play coming up for UDA now as they kind of get themselves stalled here a little bit. In 2 tries, they've gained 1 yard. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the 3rd period, 3rd quarter. On a 3rd and 9. Uh-oh, back to pass he goes. Green picks it up, getting a big rush. Fires one down the right side over there. There's only Vikings over there, and the ball is missed. So it'll be 4th down. Stephen Green with a big rush on him. Should have threw that one over the head of everybody, I guess, but it'll bring up 4th down now, so it's going to be 4th and 9. And UDA will have to give that ball back. They're going to call timeout. Timeout called on the field, and we'll be right back. The Trojans on a 4th and 9 now are going to go for this. So let's see how we make out here. 4th and 9. This would be big. Green taking a run down the right side, looking. Green fires it downfield. It is going to be picked off. And upfield comes 24, and he is going to be stopped at around the line of scrimmage. So not much going on there. The ball would have got turned over anyway had it been intercepted or not. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes, though. And Green that time just fired that one up in the air. He was going to be tackled hot pursuit back there, and he just threw it into the zone, and I didn't see any blue shirt or any white shirts there at all. So it's 1st and 10 now for the Vikings on the 42-yard line of Williams Valley. Up the middle with it goes Bender, and Bender out to the 49-yard line. Close to the 1st down. Be short by about a yard. Gain of 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2. 2nd down and 2, and timeout now as the quarter comes to an end. So they're actually going to have to move the football about 1 yard. It's on the Viking side of the 50-yard line. They'll move it over to the UDA side of the 50-yard line, and we'll be set for the 4th period here in just a moment. At the end of 3, the Vikings 15, UDA 14. We're about set to begin the 2nd half now as the Vikings will be heading east here at the ballpark. They're looking at a 2nd down and 2. Playing almost right out in front of us here at the 49-yard line. Mutter in motion over the far side. Up the middle with it goes Prabilla to get the necessary yardage for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 48-yard line of UDA. Like Loesch might have been in on that stop too.
At the Trojan 48.
1st and 10, Williams Valley. Pitch over there for that Williard, and Williard's going to be tackled out there as the Sims runs out and gets him along with Clark. Eric Sims making a good defensive play that time for UDA. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. 2nd down 10 for Williams Valley. Coming up this way is that Bender. Bender turns it upfield. Look at him breaking tackles. Look at him go all the way down to the 30-yard line. Barter finally making a stop on him, but boy, Bender ripping some big yardage off that time, and that hurt the Trojans for sure, as they now have the ball right inside the 30-yard line, 29-yard line we'll say, for the Vikings. 1st and 10. So big play and a big run that time by Bender. Bender again with it for about 4 or 5 more. Tackled in there by Clark and Loesch.
And number 11, Loesch.
A gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5.
Gain of about 5 on the play.
2nd down and 5. Bender Williard in the backfield. Williard gets a hold, pushes it back to Bender. Ball loose, Upperdorfen football. Upperdorfen's got the ball as they muffed it up on the handoff in the backfield, tried to hand it off a little bit too often, and coming up with the football is Eric Sims for UDA. Way to go, Eric. So that stops that problem for the moment at any rate. Now if the Trojans can just get the offense cranked up again here now, the ball is at the Trojan 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for UDA. 1st and 10. Trojans traveling west. Handoff is going to Loesch. Loesch tries to turn it around the corner, but a good stop out there by that 64 guy. And he is sort of shaken up on a play. Savage is going to be all right, but, well, maybe he is. I don't know. He's kind of staggering around. What the heck? And I think he's going to come off. Yep. Savage made a heck of a stop, but doesn't look too good after it, but nevertheless. Okay. Gain of 1 yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 9:20 remaining in the ball game now. The clock will eventually become very important to both squads here in a 1-point ball game. Handoff and nothing doing that time. The openings that were there in the first half are not there now, as Loesch tries to pick his way through there, and there's just nothing to do. And he's thrown for a loss on the play of about 2 yards. Be 3rd and 11. The Trojans definitely stumbling here in the second half offensively. Had it going in the first half of the ball game, ripping off yardage, and Loesch with some spurts, some good spurts here occasionally, but we need more. Here's Green to throw. Green fires one down the right side over here. It is going to be incomplete. Intended for Markle. Defended out there by Warren, and Warren is shaken up on that play. So Warren is going to be aching, and we'll bring up a 4th down play, I think it is. We'll see as the wind's starting to pick up here at the ballpark now all of a sudden. Real breeze coming in here just moments ago. He's going to be all right. Here he comes. He's coming off on his own power. Yep, he'll be okay. 4th down and 11. The Trojans will be punting, and the wind blowing from south to north here. Practically blowing kind of from the Trojan side of the field to the near side of the field.
Jeffries back to punt.
4th down. Jeffries in the ball game to do the punting for UDA, and timeout called by Williams Valley.
Williams Valley.
Okay, now we're set to go following the Williams Valley timeout. They didn't have enough men on the field, or had too many, one or the other, so they called time. All right. Good snap. Kick is off. It's high, but not deep. And now, let's see. It's going to take a UD roll down to the 35-yard line of Williams Valley. So the Vikes will put it in play 1st and 10 on their own 35. Adam Dietrich downing that ball for UD, 54. And that means that the Vikes will take over now with 8:26 left here in the ball game. The Trojans have got to make a big stop on them once again. We just recovered a fumble last time to stop a drive, so whatever it takes, need to get that ball back. Trailing by 1, 15-14. Homecoming here at Williams Valley, and one heck of a ball game. It's a handoff. Over the other side goes Motter this time, and Motter with some good yardage over the 40 to the 43-yard line, picking up 9. It'll be short by about, actually picked up 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
You're blocking B6, YBG 4-6.
2nd down and 8. Too much on that 1st down. Let's see what happens here. Up the middle with it goes Bender. Big gain all the way down to the 43-yard line of UDA. Barter making the stop out there, and he's getting up a little gimpy as Drew Barter, and Drew's going to have to go off, I think, or what? I think he should. He's really limping out there, so he'll shake off out of there. And I think it's Josh Jeffries coming into the ball game for UDA. Real good runner here for the Vikings. Real strong boy. Here comes Motter. Motter this time will get nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Good stop made in there by a couple of Trojans, Hoover and Huntsberger making the stop. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. 2nd down 11 now for the Vikings. Up the middle with it, and this time, by God, I believe Bender's going to be stopped. He is. A good hit made in there by Matt Loesch that time. Matt just grabbed him and threw him back there, and Huntsberger, I think it was. No, it wasn't even Loesch. It was Huntsberger. Everybody, me and Mr. Miller, the announcer here, saw the 1 in there and thought it might be Matt, but it was Huntsberger with a good stop that time. Lost the yards, 3rd and 12 now. Sometimes here's where the Trojans run into trouble. A 3rd down and 12 play. Let's see if we can hold them here. Motion comes over this way. Probilla has it. It's going to throw. Fires one down the field. It is incomplete. Almost picked off by Jeffries, but goes as an incompletion. Bring up a 4th and 12. So the Trojans will get the ball back. 6 minutes 9 seconds remaining here in the ball game, and it would appear as though the Vikings are going to punt this one away. 43 comes into the ball game to punt for the Vikings. And here comes a man in late. And here we go. Whoa, a low snap, but a kick comes down this way. A nice kick. Taken out here at the 12. Here comes Markle. Markle spinning away from some tacklers. Markle at the 30, at the 35, and ridden out of bounds down here at about the 37-yard line. Austin Markle with a good run back of that punt. And that's going to give the Trojans the ball in good field position at their own 37-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, UDA.
1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Our ball players out there on both sides of that line tonight, because they have really been playing some kind of football. Green dropping back, screening one out over there for Clark. Clark to the 35, to the 40. There's a flag on the play, and back comes over here but this one's coming back. Somebody is coming back. This play is coming back, unfortunately, as I think we've got motion called against the Trojans, illegal procedure against UDA. So that one's coming back. A heck of a nice run that time on the screen to Clark, but it's coming back. So instead of a big gain, it's 1st and 15 for UD. Ball now spotted back at the 32-yard line. Back to pass goes Green. He's looking down the far side. Man out here. It is incomplete. Incomplete. It was intended for Markle, but Warren back there defending on the play and broke up that pass for the Vikings. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. 2nd and 15. So we'll have to try it again on a 2nd down 15 now for UDA. Little screen over there. Man out there to block. And this time he'll dive ahead for a couple of yards. Not too much on that play. Warren making the stop over there. But Markle unable to get it going after he did make the reception. Picked up 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down 9. Ball now at the 38-yard line. So just about where we began. We began on the 37, so got it back to the 38 now. Big 3rd down a play again coming up here for UD. Back to pass goes Green. Looking. It is complete to the 50-yard line to Jeffries. It is a flag on the play. Illegal procedure against UD. 2 big plays, and 2 times the Trojans have been called for illegal procedure. So that one's coming back. It would have been a 1st down at the 50-yard line. Now it brings up a 3rd down and about, well, let's see, where are they? Illegal procedure against UD. Third down and 15. Third and 15 now for the Trojans. Smell of rain in the air now with 4:34 remaining here in the ball game. Don't see any, but it smells like rain. Back to pass goes Green. He's looking. Fires one down the far side. Man out here. It is incomplete. And a flag on the play. Flag intended for Jeffries, but we could have a pass interference call against the Vikings. Boy, a nice pass. Jeffries was out there, but apparently he was interfered with. And we'll see. Here's the call. It would give the Trojans a first down. Pass interference against the Vikings. First down, UDA.
First down for the Trojans. 10.
The ball comes down to the Trojan 49-yard line on the pass interference call, and it is 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 1st and 10. Back to pass goes Green. He'll screen another one out over here for Loesch. Loesch breaks one tackle. Loesch breaks another tackle. Loesch down the left side and finally stopped over there after a good gain on the play. Down to the 36 or 7 yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
First down.
And it's a first down, UDA.
The 36-yard line of the Vikings.
At the Viking 36 yard line. 4 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the football game. First and 10. Handoff to Loesch. Loesch following some blocking over the left side. Will drive it ahead for about 5. It'll be second down and 5, the way it would appear. They're going to spot it at the 29-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5. Austin Markle limping off after that last play.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
And Trojans looking at a 2nd down and 5. Second and 5 for UDA from the 31-yard line of the Vikings. Handoff is to Loesch. And Loesch gets 1 to the 30. It'll be 3rd and 4. The ball to the 30-yard line. Radaichuk and Bender making the stop in there for the Vikings. 3rd down 4. Big 3rd down play coming up again for UD. Well, 2 big plays coming up. See what we can do now. 3rd down and 4. And Trojans need a big play. Clark, the single set. Back to pass goes Green. He's looking. Has some time. Fires one over there. Complete. And making a move out there is Loesch. And then is there a Clark. First down, UDA at the 19-yard line. 2 minutes, 54 seconds. The Trojans at the 19-yard line of the Vikings. 1st and 10 for UDA. An exciting finish to this ball game. 2:48 left. Boy, did Green ever hang in there and see a man open that time. Up the middle with it goes Loesch. Dives ahead for a couple of yards. Down to the 17-yard line. Gain of 3 on a play. It'll be 2nd and 7 now for the Trojans. 2nd down and 7. Markle returns to the UDA lineup. He'll flank on the near side of the field, limping a little bit, but I think Austin's going to be okay. From the eye in the backfield, 2nd and 7. Uh-oh, Green in trouble this time. Now he's going to scramble away. He's looking to throw it, can't find anybody. Now he's going to be thrown down. Big play by Bender on a bad play by UDA. Bad play by the Trojans with 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. And they've got it really, really in trouble now. That was a big, big defensive play by the Vikings that time, as the Trojans got screwed up right after the snap on that one and throws the ball all the way back to the 30-yard line. It's 3rd and 20 now for UDA. Minute 58 remaining. The clock set in motion again as they get set to go here. So Trojans at See if we can overcome that one. Crowd really getting excited over here now in a big football game. Here's Green, fires one down the middle. It is incomplete. Intended for Markle, but goes as an incompletion. It will bring up a fourth down. 4th and 20 now for UD. Wow. So they need a big one here now for sure. And let's see what happens. Ball game on the line here for UDA now on a big 4th down play. And timeout's going to be called by the Trojans. Little confusion on the call in the huddle, and so they'll call timeout. Minute 37. Well, let's try that again. 37 remaining here in this 1-point ball game. The Trojans looking for the biggest play of the ball game now on a 4th down and 20 with the ball at the 30-yard line of Williams Valley. Okay, the Trojan timeout is over. And again, there's a bit of confusion here in the Trojan backfield. I don't think they're really set. See people scrambling around here now. They'll go from the shotgun. Viking crowd really in an uproar. Green to throw. Green looking. Fires one down the far side. It is going to be incomplete. Broken up over there by Warren. And that's going to have the ball get turned over here. Now the Vikings will turn over with a minute and a half remaining in one heck of a ball game here at Williams Valley tonight. They'll take over 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. So one tough ball game. Those Trojans rather really came to play, and they really gave the Vikes all they could handle tonight. And the Vikings with a scant 1-point lead, 15-14 by virtue of the field goal coming here in the 3rd quarter. Bender carries it to the 35, gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5. From the 35, now they're going to kneel on it. Clock down at 50 seconds, and timeout called by Upper Dauphin, I would think. Yeah, Trojans call timeout. 48 seconds left here in the ball game. Trojans call timeout. Timeout is over. The Vikings will kneel again on this play. No, they won't. Handoff is to Bender, and Bender is stopped before he's thrown down that time. And that'll allow the clock to run on down now. 38-7, 6 seconds remaining and so forth. 34, 33. 4th down. And the Trojans, maybe they can run this one back. That'd be exciting. They'll take as much time off the clock as they possibly can. 20 seconds, 19. I think they have to run a play or they get to penalize the 5-yard penalty, but we'll see. And hold everything now. Now they'll call timeout with just 11.5 seconds remaining in the ball game, and they'll have to put the ball in play now and kick it off. And the Trojan only hope now would be if Austin Markle could find a seam and run this one back. We'll see what happens here in just a moment. All right, so the Vikings will kick the ball. He won't. Yeah, he shouldn't kick it. Let's see what happens here now. Final 11.5 seconds.
Markle to receive.
Whoa, almost blocked that thing and went out of bounds, stopping the clock on the far side. So that helped the Trojans. 5 seconds remaining. And the Trojans with one more shot at it, believe it or not. A long pass to somebody or whatever. It's at the 39-yard line of Williams Valley, and the Trojans will get one more crack at it here.
1st and 10 for the Trojans.
What a great football game here at homecoming for Williams Valley, for both teams too. Wow. So here we go. See what happens. They'll go from the shotgun. 5.1 seconds. I think they want to add some time to the clock. They have 5.1 up there, but the official wants a little more time. I mean, that play couldn't they got the snap, and it was 11.5 seconds. I can hardly imagine it took 6 seconds to get that ball to go out of bounds. So the official's got to add a couple, it's probably 3 seconds anyway to it. It's 5.1, and we're going to see what they add. I would say they'd have to go to about 8. .1 a second. Well, I'm not sure about that either. Should be more like 8. Absolutely.